Hello everybody, it's Shan, and yes, this is still exam week. I just cannot study, so I'm filming a video because I want to feel productive. But there's some cranberry juice that I have with me, and you know what we're gonna do today? We're gonna ask me some deep questions. You might ask, how are you gonna ask yourself some questions? And yes, that is chibi. And the answer is, I googled some questions, literally dead ass typed deep questions, which I know it's cringy. It's cringy, I know, but I just wanted to talk about something and not be stressed about exams. So yeah, there's that. And so this is gonna be like a chill video, where you and me are like chilling, vibing. Anyways, yeah. Chibi keeps coming over here. I don't know why, but anyways, yeah. Here's some questions, and yes, this is Sky's book. I bought for him in like 4th grade or something with my own money. So sorry Kai if you're watching this, but here are a list of questions, and I want you guys to answer in the comments too if you can. I don't know if you want to, I guess, or like reply to at least one question, because I feel like it would be kind of cool to see other people's perspectives and stuff like that. But yeah, overall it's like a chill video, and it's not something I usually do, but it's something I would want to do in the future if you guys like it. And so yeah. Dun-dun-dun. Anyways, so first question: who do you sometimes compare yourself to, and why? Oof, very deep one. I I look up to two people, and that is Hyunjin from Stray Kids and Jungkook from BTS, obviously. And I feel, I mean, obviously you guys know them probably. If you don't, then anyways. But yeah, there is a high chance you guys know them. But the reason why I look up to them is not because they're like, I mean, obviously, they're hot, they're amazing, they're like really cool, they sing and they dance like what the fuck, what the fuck is that accent? But yeah, I feel like, okay, Hyunjin, I know it's because he is born like really close to me. Like, so basically his birthday is on the 20th of March and mine is on the 21st. And so some reason I have like this really strong bond with him. And I feel like he's very similar to me in a way. And like not in like, oh yeah, I'm so talented, I'm so like this thing, but I feel like he has the same morals as me and like the same type of goals as me, if that makes sense. And so seeing someone like him, like, be like a huge K-pop star and like, achieving so many goals, I think his dedication to all of that is like really admirable. And he's not really my bias. I mean, he is my bias from Stray Kids. If you ask me, like, oh, like in terms of skill, who do you look up to the most? But yeah. And so I definitely sometimes compare myself to him a lot, because he has, yeah, like he reminds me of me, I guess, to put it like simply. He reminds me of me. And yeah. And Jungkook, he's not my bias from BTS, most probably, as you guys know. But it, I don't know, seeing him start off like with my age, because he started off like, I guess, a bit younger than me, but I am like 16 now, and he started like around this age. And now seeing him as like a 23-year-old, like fucking thriving, like living his best life. 23? 24. Oh my god. Anyways, yeah, and seeing him like improve so much as a person, like, I think in the beginning parts especially, he kind of reminds me of me.
Bro, what the fuck what did you just say?
Again, seeing someone like him grow up to be such a, like, influential person, but at the same time, like, confident in himself and also achieving his goals, while at the same time, keeping up with his work ethic. I think it's like a like a huge thing. Yeah. But yeah, that's why I look up to them. I think it does become sometimes a bit toxic because these two people are like notoriously known for overworking themselves, and I do overwork myself, especially because I have ADHD. If you guys didn't know, if you guys didn't figure out, and so I tend to hyper focus, especially with my medication. I hyper focus a lot, especially on something that I really really like, and so whenever I don't meet that standard, or when I don't feel as motivated, which happens actually quite frequently, like I nowadays I don't really overwork myself because I've mostly lost interest in like most things, especially studying. I fucking hate studying. But does anybody like studying? I don't think so, right? To some degree. But yeah, if so, it's like I even though I might do like a lot of things during the day, I don't. LOL. Sorry, I cut that off. I realized I needed to like diarrhea really bad. So anyways, yeah. So basically, what I was saying is that, like, when I don't overwork myself, I equate it to not being productive enough, and so yeah, I guess that's like not the best thing to look at, but whatever. I answered the question, so it doesn't matter. What's something that someone said to you that has stuck with you? Okay. I don't know who said this to me or if I've read it somewhere, but I read something like, oh, live your life on your own path, even if it's for a day. And I know it sounds very cheesy, but I think it's very important, especially because, like, if you live in an Indian household, or like a household where your parents are like very adamant about um controlling every aspect of your life, I think it's a very important thing to remember, because I know I used to have like really really strict parents, and they used to rule every single thing that I did. And I think after I heard this quote, I stopped being like I stopped listening to them, I guess. Which I feel like some people would either see as like, dude, what the fuck, that's like not cool. But um honestly, I think it helped me mentally, at least, because I remember being really depressed back then, because it felt like I wasn't living life for me. I was living or making all my choices based upon like my parents' decisions, which obviously like are we don't see eye to eye on some stuff. And so I was like, hey, this is my life, and I don't care how badly they disagree with me, but I get to make the choices, I get to make mistakes. This is my life, I get to learn from whatever. Like I need it's, I guess it's like a right to make mistakes. It's like, and I guess also it's like a privilege to be able to make mistakes in your life, and like, have that as something that improves you instead of like ruins you completely. But yeah, I feel like it should be like, I guess you have a right to your own life. And when I see extremely controlling parents, that's the first thing I think of, because your kid is not going to learn shit. You're essentially debarring them from like, debarring them, barring them, I don't know, but basically like not letting them experience what life is all about, making mistakes, growing from it. And in your pursuit of like sheltering them, I think it doesn't help at all. So yeah, that's something that stuck with me. And um what's another thing that stuck with me? Oh yeah, my therapist said this recently, and she said something like, your body is your home. And s- I didn't really think of it that way. Like, I don't know why I didn't think of it that way, but I realized that I I get to live in this body, and this is a place where I get to live, a place that needs to make me feel safe and comfortable. And if I don't feel that, okay, so basically what I was trying to say here, but like completely missed the point, is that your body is your home, right? And everybody deserves to have a home. And so if you don't take care of your home, or if like you have a body and you deserve to have like a home, and so that's why I started working out and like stuff like that. But I somehow miserably missed the point over here. But yeah. Anyways, what's a lesson that you learned? What's a lesson that you learned the hard way? Lesson that I learned the hard way. Oh, how do I explain this? Like you're not responsible to babysit everybody, I guess. You're not like it's not your job to sit and comfort everybody. It's not your job to like like I like yeah, to feel responsible for other people's life decisions. I guess there's that. Like I know there was a friend of mine who got into the things that your parents probably warned you about, like smoking and stuff like that. And I'm not going to mention her name here, but and she is someone I'm still friends with, and like someone I'm really close with and all of that. But I remember when she first got into stuff like that, I got really upset. I felt like it was my mistake that she got into it, and that I didn't take care of her enough and things like that. And I think, and I it was only recently I realized this lesson or whatever, because like I genuinely, I don't know how I just realized that I'm not responsible for other people's decision making. Like all I can do is be there as comfort if I want to, and I'm not like forced to be there, as somebody's comfort. I choose to be there, not I have to present myself in every situation despite how I'm feeling. And so that's a lesson I learned really hard after many mental breakdowns. And hopefully that's a lesson you'll learn. But yeah. Okay, what's a belief that you hold with... Oh, what's a belief that you hold with which many people disagree with? Okay, I know a lot of people are gonna like not text me. Is writing a comment like texting? I mean, technically no, obviously not. But like, I don't know. Anyways, okay. I believe in tarot card readings and like crystals and stuff like that. And I can explain only the crystal part. And I believe in destiny to some degree, like fate or destiny. And I'll explain. Okay, let me explain before you guys cancel me or be like, oh, Shania, you're being like a fucking Rapunzel movie. Yeah, she is my favorite princess. And what about it? Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the crystal thing. I have this theory. Okay, like whenever I hold my crystals, I genuinely do feel a bit like better. And obviously there's like a science behind it. Like if you think that it comforts you, obviously, or if you think genuinely it does something, then obviously it works on you, right? But I don't think of it as that. I honestly just have crystals with me, not really like for stuff like love or things like that, but I think some elements, like since we're all like made out of like earth crystals, and I mean not earth crystals, what is it? Like rocks and sand and stuff, right? Like star particles or whatever, like hundreds of millions of years ago. Like since we do have like some part of us that's connected to those crystals, I feel like sometimes when you hold one, like a like a holding crystal. No, there's no such a thing called a holding crystal. Like a crystal, to just hold. I think it genuinely just calms me down. It makes me feel like, oh, I'm something small, part of this huge, huge world. And like, I'm one with the earth. You know what I mean? And yeah, I feel like sometimes maybe like these rocks do have like elements to it that might attract things like love and things, because again, like, I believe crystals, they're in all of us. And so like, not crystals in all of us, like the properties of the crystals, and also like, the particles, I guess. I sound stupid over here, I know. I sound crazy, I know, but bear with me. Okay, I feel like, okay, suppose like, I have a magnet here in my pocket, and there's another person's magnet in their pocket, and like, if I come close to them, it'll stick, right? Like, stick. And so I think that's what happens in my head. It makes sense. I know you're gonna cancel me in the comments, and that's okay, but yeah. um Tarot cards, I think I honestly believe in tarot cards just because I have anxiety. And so like, I have anxiety boops. I realized that today, I mean, not today, yeah, today, like, actually, yeah. But I realized how bad of my anxiety my how bad my anxiety gets when I don't have confirmation to something. And I think the cards are like to reassure me. And like, I would much rather have an answer than not have an answer at all, I guess. So yeah, and so having confirmation helps. And so that's why I like tarot card readings and stuff like that, right? And destiny and the fate thing, I think some part of you is always like destined to go a path. Does that make sense? Like, okay, so I heard this theory from someone, not theory, I guess, but I heard someone talking about this. And they were talking about how like like once like once you're a soul or whatever, and you're picking like a life to go with, which already you need to be like really like open to that type of thing, because if you aren't, then obviously this is bullshit, obviously. But yeah, but I believe in that sort of stuff. And so I believe that when your soul gets to like pick a path, they're like, hey, I actually kind of want to do this, and the universe is like, okay, cool, we'll keep that in mind. And then your past actions, your past karma, anyways, your karma plays into it, and that's how you get how your life path goes. And I feel like people are like destined to go a path. Especially, I think, I don't know for other people, but for me especially, I feel like I know how my life is gonna play out. I have this almost like sort of idea of how it's gonna go. And I don't know if it's the same for other people. And obviously, I do have doubts about it, which is why I use tarot cards. And obviously, that's not reliable either sometimes, because like there's a lot of things. But I think, yeah, I hope that makes sense. And it's not just some bitch talking about like voodoo shit, But yeah, I do believe that you have destiny. Like, you're destined to go a path compared on what your goals is and what you did in your past life. Which again, I know it seems like very unfair that you get judged on a new life with a new body and things like that, and like with your old past actions, like that's what's coming to face you right now. But I don't know, to me it makes sense. I don't know if it does to other people. Right. Okay, next question before I go get into in too deep about that. But what's something that you've done that's worth remembering lately? I made chocolate pie and chocolate pie? Not chocolate pie. Choco tart. Chocolate tart. Thoughts. Okay, anyways, chocolate tart and chicken pot pie. It was really good, both of them. Mwah. Was 10 out of 10. I feel like I'll always remember. I always like cooking and stuff like that because. Okay, sorry. Chibi got like the zoomies, you know. But yeah, she's like running. Okay, yeah. She's like hiding behind the pillow. But anyways, yeah. So as I was saying, yeah, I like baking, obviously, as you guys know, and I like spending time with people that I love. I would say that's like my love language, I guess, like doing something with them, you know. So I guess I don't know. I don't remember the, you know, the qualifications, not qualifications. What is it? Like the different love languages, I don't know, but yeah, I like spending time. And so me and my brother sort of bond over. Okay, sorry. Me and my brother sort of like bond over baking. I mean, like, it's not like he likes baking, if I'm being honest, but I think he feels much more comforted when like I think we both have like the sense of dependingness on each other. Like he depends on me to, like, I guess he likes taking care of people while I like to be taken care of, and so I think that works out for us, right? And so whenever I bake with my brother like at night, it makes me feel like really happy. It makes me feel like a family I guess. And as you guys probably know, I'm not really close to my parents, but I do have my brother, right? And my brother is someone I'll always consider as family. Oh my god, bitch. Anyways, yeah. Um, yeah, and so I've always had this huge idea of like Christmas and like a huge Christmas dinner with all my like family, like my friends, I guess technically, because not really my family, but yeah, my friends, you know what, you know. I don't know, you know, as if you know. But yeah, I've always imagined of like this big Christmas dinner where everybody's smiling and laughing and like, you know, cooking and eating with each other and like having like, I don't know, somewhat of a peaceful conversation, right? And so that's not something me and my brother have really experienced. And it's something that I've only read about. And so I have that same feeling whenever I bake with Kai. And so it makes me really happy. And that's something I'll probably remember for like the rest of my life. Me and my brother baking, and both of us like getting sugar high and also like very tired at the same time. That's always something that will stick to me no matter where I go, I guess. But there's that. If you could teach something, what would it be? See, if it's like about like a school subject like type of thing, I would say I would love to teach like um what would I teach? I would teach music, but I'm not like, yeah, music A. And also I feel like value education, but like not like shitty value education, you know what I mean? Like the not the value education that we're used to. I would be like, you know, morals and stuff, you know. I would probably have like talks like this. So yeah. Yeah, but if it's something like a life lesson that, you know, I would teach Kai or something like that, then it would be something, it would be I think it would be that body thing, A. And B, yeah, the same things that I said I learned like the hard way about. And what's the, well, there's something that stuck with you always, that the thing, like, you know, not letting people run your life, or like other people run your life unless you want them to, which is like a different story. But yeah, and also you're not responsible for other people's actions. You're not responsible for the outcome of it, you know. So that's something I would teach someone younger. But yeah, What would you regret if you hadn't done it? Uh, I would say I'm pretty lucky in the way that I got to choose most of it, even though it was pretty hard. Like, okay, sorry. Like, you're gonna see my crusty knee. Can you see my knee? Say hi. Anyways. I would say, even though it was a hard thing, I've always tried to choose whatever I've done, like make my own decisions on the things that I do. Because again, I realize how important it is, because it is your life, it's your thing that's dictating it. And so I've always fought hard for it. Even with my parents, that's always been an issue. We fight about it a lot because they have a certain way of living. They believe, like, you can't make mistakes, or like they don't want me to experience mistakes, I guess. While I do. I think it's a very important part of life, right? And oh, it's 11:11. Okay, anyways. Yeah. And so I think I'm lucky enough to say that I don't regret much. And one thing I would have regretted if I had done it was take science for college. And I know that sounds really stupid, but I was absolutely depressed when I was in 10th grade, right? Um, um, and like some like science and like not being able to choose what I really like, it really affected me. Like, it genuinely fucked with my brain for a little bit, because up to that point I'd let my parents make all the decisions, and I realized how fucking unhappy I was. And so I was like, okay, cool, you know what, let's do this. Like, I'll go for arts. Like, there's no way I'm going for science. And like, there was a moment where I almost got into this science college because my parents were really pushing it. They were like, you can do the arts thing later after, you graduate and stuff like that, like out of a science college. But I think I would have genuinely regretted it, especially now. I would have absolutely regretted it. And even though it's the thing is, this decision hasn't been made like long enough for me to say, oh yeah, I regret it or I don't regret it. So like, but I believe, like, I don't think I would regret it even in the future. Like, I don't regret it right now. I don't regret it. Hopefully I won't regret it in the future. But yeah, that's something. That's it. Oh, the last question is, what do you believe we all have in common? What do you believe that we all have in common? I think all of us share like the same earth. Obviously, we share the same earth, but I think one thing we all have in common is like problems, obviously, right? um Sorry, but I think problems, to a certain degree, are here to help us understand better of like our surroundings and what we want to do, and at the same time also understanding each other, like each other's problems, or like understanding in how the world works, or like how you can be a better person. And I think that is something in common that we all have, right? And I think, again, all of us have this destiny, I would say. Again, I don't know, it depends on what you think, but I believe we all have a destiny. We all have an end path, we all have an end goal. And it depends on if your life goal, if your life path, yeah, it all depends on your life path, where you end up, and the decisions you make on the way also impact, I would say. Like, in choices, choices not choices episode, which, like, I know I'm going to get cancelled already for using episode as a like example, but like, there is a plot line. And like, while most plot lines end with like whatever the options are, you will still end up in like the end of the story, which is like the same for every single path you take. There are some episodes that like it actually impacts the storyline, like what you pick, it impacts the storyline, right? And so I think that's what happens. You like when you're a soul or whatever, you give yourself options. You make it as detailed or as less detailed if you want. And then obviously your past life, your past karma or whatever, that also impacts it. But yeah, I would say that's something we all have in common. um we all have emotions, that's obviously common. um yeah, we all have, I think we all have an emotion of love too, like common. Like even if you're ace, even if you're like, even if you identify as whatever, even if you're like the most sociopathic person on earth, which is like not a bad thing. Like if you do have sociopathic tendencies, like it just means that you're not able to feel stuff, right? And that's not on you, but I think we all have a basic concept of love, or at least have seen or have an understanding of what love is. And when we not practice it maybe, but truly understand it and try to value it in our lives, I think that's something we all have in common, and that's something I feel like the world would benefit from. I hope this makes sense, because if it doesn't, I sound like a fucking lunatic talking about this. But yeah, this is the end, as if you guys didn't see. And this is the end of my questions, and this video is probably a few minutes longer than we expected, right? And so I hope you guys liked it, and if you stuck around long enough, like this long, thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and let me know if you guys like the new thumbnail. I asked Kai to make it for me, and I figured out how to do the end screen thing. So there's that. You won't be seeing the coming soon thing, but yeah, I love you guys, and I'll see you guys soon. Thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing. Consider leaving a like and a comment, you know, or subscribing if you're new here. And yeah, let me know your opinions, let me know what you think, and answer some of my questions. Maybe I'll leave like a list down in the comment section. My Instagram and my Twitter and stuff will be in my description box thing. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.